How do you define strategy execution, and how does that differ when you lead both strategy and execution?
I've always said there's no strategy without execution and vice versa. Strategy without execution is a wish list, right? I mean, it's just something that sits in a drawer. As a practitioner in that, I've been very lucky to have had the opportunity to do both pretty much throughout my entire career, both in consulting and then in large corporations. It's essentially the two sides of the same coin. For me, they coexist all the time. One is designed with complete knowledge of the other. In other words, like you can design the strategy without taking into account what the execution capabilities are, what the execution timing is possible, what the strategic partnerships are, etc., and vice versa. You obviously don't want to be creating any sort of strategic plans or programs without being crystal clear on how the strategy creates the priorities for the company. So it's really the same thing. A document, quote unquote, a strategy deck, without having really strong ideas and, of course, buy-in. We can talk about buy-in and alignment in a second, about how that strategy is going to happen in this particular company and in such and such particular time period. It's really just that. It's just a deck. Unless it translates fully into what I think I mentioned earlier, like the day-to-day life of every team, like the daily choices, the daily prioritization of tasks across all the different functions in the organization, the clear understanding of guardrails, decision criteria, metrics we're chasing after for the week, for the month, for the quarter, and for the year, without translating the strategy into this kind of holistic system of what it means for all the way down to every individual in the company. The strategy is nothing. It's unimplementable. So, as I said, like I use the word lucky. I feel lucky I got to, in my roles, work on both. It is truly the most impactful way to make sure that the strategy and the execution plans are extremely tightly woven together.